What's up? We got 100 people now. We're kicking it up again. Thanks, guys. Everybody who's watching from around the world. I wonder where you guys are at, for sure. Hi there.
Selvam.
Hi there. So we're live here right now, and we're just talking. And if you can hold the mic about this distance the whole time, just because, yeah, that would be really helpful. But you just you got introduced as having a really interesting platform, actually, for what you're doing with Internet of Things sensors.
Correct.
And really cheaply, because I mean, this idea of having chips inside of every device is already something that I think moves us closer to that futuristic singularity I would love to see, and verifiability for like tracking organic food and making sure it did move down the supply chain without being stolen or corrupted in a certain way, or putting it in art so we know it's a real piece of art versus I have my buddy from like Public Art Chain over there, all public art, I mean, and so there's so much good in that. So would you like to describe in your words what you're doing?
So we are a blockchain company that helps brands track their products through their supply chain.
Yeah.
So when I say track their products through their supply chain, it includes all of it, what you just mentioned, and it could include insights like letting brands know, hey, you're going to run out of stock in this particular outlet, you might want to refill that. And or you know, there's too much inventory in some other outlet that you might want to do something about because the product's going to expire in 2 days' time.
Sure.
And all this visibility does not exist for brands today, and on account of which brands waste close to $1 trillion a year, you know, on all this.
$1 trillion.
$1 trillion a year. And our solution has 3 layers to it. One is the hardware itself, like you just mentioned. We are building a very low-cost IoT tag at a cost of 10 cents. The IoT tags that are there in the market today cost anywhere between $5 to $10, which obviously you cannot put on a product that sells at $10, right?
Yeah, no, that's ridiculous. I mean, and also I can imagine, like, I'm not going to put it on a piece of fruit, but I can put it on the crate of fruit rather cheaply if I'm saving costs.
Yes.
So it's easy to put everywhere and save on margins. That alone is going to make me want to use your device.
And at 10 cents, you can actually put it on a bottle of shampoo, right?
Yeah.
That sells at $10.
Wow.
So that's one of the reasons. One of the reasons why IoT has not taken off in the commercial space is because of its cost. So we are disrupting that on one side. And think about it. You know, there's a very interesting consumer play at this as well. Amazon sells you a bottle of shampoo. You know, the bottle of shampoo has the small tag, you know, stuck onto the bottom of it. And when you're 2 days away from running out of shampoo, Amazon knows about it, and they can actually ship you the bottle of shampoo without even you doing anything actively. Right?
Alexa wakes me up. Would you like to buy a new bottle? You have 1 quart left.
Yeah.
In the morning. That's cool. That's really interesting. So, so you already have a prototype, or?
Yeah. So I come from the supply chain background. I've been in the space for more than 12 years. So I have a lot of clients that are already using my tracking solution, not on the blockchain as yet, but we are putting it on the blockchain now as you know, we're developing the blockchain environment.
What kind of blockchains are you working with to integrate?
So we are working with a couple of them. We are working with Hashgraph. We are working with NeuroChain. One of the key requirements for our business is the high volume of transactions that are going to be there. So we need a protocol that can support transactions in the order of 1 million transactions a second, because it's machine to machine.
How's your relationship with Hashgraph? How has that been going?
We just started discussions with them, so we are still evaluating them. There are a couple of parameters. One is the speed that I spoke to you about. The other
cost of protocol is really fast.
Cost of the protocol.
Yeah.
And the other one is the security, right? The data security is of paramount importance because it's enterprise data that we are dealing with.
Yeah.
So we need a protocol that can support bank-grade security as well. So we are evaluating a few protocols, and we are an agnostic layer, a protocol agnostic layer, which we'll be building on top of final protocol.
Yeah. So basically, do you have a manufacturer that you're working with already to produce these devices?
So we have a prototype which is larger in size now, a 2-inch by 2-inch. We want to miniaturize it to 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch so that it can actually go on, you know, a bottle of shampoo or a tube of toothpaste, right?
Yeah.
The miniaturizing process is on. We partner with manufacturers to get the manufacturing part outsourced. So we are not hardware manufacturers per se.
Yeah.
So the hardware part is one side, the blockchain data harvesting part is on the other side. The third layer that we are building is really the AI and data analytics engine. So all this data that comes in from multiple IoT tags needs to be converted to meaningful information, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Otherwise, brands are not going to make any sense out of this.
Yeah.
So this includes insights like I told you earlier, this particular outlet, you're going to run out of stock. There's this customer who's going to run out of shampoo in a couple of days' time. There's this other outlet where there's too much inventory, or there's this other warehouse where products are not being stored at the required ambient temperature. So all these insights get, all the data that comes in gets converted into these meaningful insights for brands so that they can actually work on on the information and not just raw data.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being on. Where can people go to learn more actually about what you're doing or reach out to you? Selvar, like, is that the website?
The website is DiscoveryIoT.com.
Okay.
DiscoveryIoT.com.
Thank you.
So they can go on there and get more information.
Sounds good. Is there anybody doing it cheaper, actually? I'm just curious. Is there anybody else trying a competitor, a major competitor or obstacle that you're seeing right now?
There are multiple IoT networks, but none of them are on the blockchain. So you have, when you say IoT, there's this whole gamut of things, right? RFID readers, there's Sigfox, there's LoRaWAN, but all of them require physical infrastructure. You need readers, you need scanners to get information from the IoT device. Our IoT device does not require any scanners, so it kind of harvests off the cellular data network of the user community, which means you don't need scanners, you don't need to put up towers. You're piggybacking on a network that's already there. So
that's interesting.
That's the blockchain element in this whole whole scheme of things, and all this is possible today because of